The Grizzlies have suspended Ja Morant from all team activities again. The suspension came yesterday after this video surfaced. You can see Morant flashing a gun on a friend's Instagram Live account. Now, don't forget, 2 months ago, Morant served an 8-game suspension for flashing a gun on his own Instagram Live account. An NBA spokesperson said, quote, "We are aware of the social media post involving Ja Morant and are in the process of gathering more information." Shannon, how long should Ja be suspended for?
You see a lot of theories, Skip. I can assure you it's going to be more than 8 games that he got the original discipline. I think probably half the season seems likely. Some people are leaning. You already know David Stern. He gone for the rest. If he had run afoul with David Stern and then run afoul again this soon with David Stern, he gone for the whole year.
Agreed.
Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was gone for the whole year. Adam Silver seems to be a lot more tolerant, a lot more lenient, a lot more understanding. I can see 41 of the 82 games him being suspended. But the problem, Skip, Ja is Ja. See, Ja doesn't look as bad as the people that he made look bad defending him. Nike stayed stuck behind him.
They did.
Powerade stuck behind him.
They pulled a commercial.
They pulled no money. They said, we just going to hold off on the commercial. You keep the money.
Nike came with a new commercial.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Grizzlies, the NBA.
They all did.
People that believe him say, I believe Ja went and got the help that he needs. We believe he's going to be better for it. Seemingly, in 2 weeks, he's learned absolutely nothing. The suspension did absolutely nothing to deter him. And I don't get it, Skip. Skip and Ja, he said, I made mistakes in the past that caused a lot of negative attention, not only from me, but from my family as well as my team, the organization, and I'm completely sorry for that. So, you know, my job now is being more responsible, smarter, and don't cause any more off-court controversy anymore. That's what he just said.
Yep.
And I'll be damned. Before you know, any more off-court controversy, period, before the punctuation, he added again. Ma, Ja did it again.
Yep.
What am I supposed to do, Skip? At what point in time you say, well, that's who he is? And so, you know what, Skip, I hate I'm not one of these guys I used to be. I've become, as I've gotten older, Skip, I've gotten a lot more patient, a lot more tolerant, because I was quick to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, that's a term, let the hair go with the hide.
Yep.
But now, I do believe Ja can be saved. But I can't save him. You can't save him. Ja has to save himself.
Yep.
And that's it. And that's what he has to look at. Does he want to? Or does the persona that he wants to project, or is that what he's looking? Is that what he's going for? Because if it is, just go ahead and lead the NBA. Go ahead and go back to the trenches. Run with the guys that you hanging with, and y'all do y'all thing. But the NBA is not going to let you exhibit this type of behavior.
Yep.
I don't want to hear nothing about no Second Amendment. I don't want to hear nothing about he grown. I don't want to hear nothing. He ain't on no NBA court. I don't want to hear none of that. Because all you doing, you're making excuses, and see, that's it. Yep. You keep making excuses for me. You won't address the issue. And Skip, before I turn it over to you, what did I tell you? Remember the thing came out. Shaw's reported, Woj reporting. The Grizzlies are moving on from Dylan Brooks under all circumstances. Now, I don't know if they included all the circumstances. I don't know if they were added. That was added for dramatic effect. But I told you, I said they got a bigger issue. They got a ginormous problem, and it ain't Dylan Brooks. But you want to address that issue. Y'all know the issue.
True.
Y'all know what really caused this fiasco.
Yep.
But y'all talk about Dylan Brooks. It ain't Dylan Brooks. You got a bigger issue than Dylan Brooks.
Yes, you do. Okay, so if Shannon Sharpe ran the NBA right here, right now, you would go 41 out of 82.
I'm getting 41 games.
Okay. Starting immediately.
Yes. Yes.
First half of the year.
Yeah.
I agree with you about David Stern. This would be cut, dried. It would already be done. He would have already announced he is gone for the next year because enough is enough.
He might have gave more than 8 games to begin with.
He definitely would have. Okay, so now let's start with the incident in and of itself. It's IG Live. It's the same perpetrator. It's your same best friend. It's your same sort of enforcer in your group, 6, 8, 10 deep, whatever it is. But it's still Devontae Powell. I hate to even say his name, give him the publicity, but he's in the middle of all of these things. And he's still riding with you, literally.
Right.
So he goes on, he busts you again. He goes on his IG Live, not on yours, it's his.
Right.
He's holding up the phone.
Right. But he ain't no job was going to hold up the tool, though, Skip. Because as soon as he did it, he tried to turn the phone away.
Okay. So if we just take this one little incident, quote unquote, in and of itself, do we believe Ja has a permit to carry that gun? I assume he does. Okay. He better have.
I mean, being from the South, you probably don't even need a permit to carry.
Okay. All right. But
you know how they roll in the South, Skip.
But as an NBA superstar,
yeah, you probably
I think
should.
he better have a permit.
But Skip, as an NBA superstar, making 40, 50 million, I got security. Y'all got permits to carry, right? Okay, let's ride.
You got it.
Let's ride.
That's how most people do
Let's
it.
ride.
Okay. He wants to be his own security.
No.
Okay. So he's holding up a gun as it's almost like a prop during his sing-along. You know, they're all singing along, okay? So if I be literal about this, did he use the gun to rob a bank? Nope, he didn't. Did he rob a gas station? Nope, he didn't. Okay, he didn't rob anything.
No.
But we have a building resume of negative incidents. Yeah. And to start the show, I went into detail, so I'll just hit the lowlights if I could. It started back on July 22nd of 2022. It was the shoe store incident in which he went after the kid who had dared to offend his mother. His mother had called him, and he came in with 8 or 9 friends of his. And they kept the kid locked. He locked himself in a storeroom in the back of the store, and they're just screaming at him, pounding on the door, saying they're going to teach him a lesson. Mm-hmm. And he stuck back there for over an hour, and they called the police and said, you know the rest of that. But it was a mom incident that led to another incident out in the parking lot with the head of security for the mall. And he says that one of the friends, I don't know which one, but I could guess, shoved him in the face, and he called the police on him and said they were threatening me. They were going to come back as soon as my shift ended and get even with me. So we had sort of insult to injury that day of July 22nd. Then it was only July 26th, only 4 days later, and the incident happens in a backyard pickup basketball game with a 17-year-old kid named Joshua Holloway, who has now filed civil suit against Ja. And he alleges that they got into it and that Ja and you know who, his best buddy, they beat him up around the head. And
he said he flashed a gun.
And then Ja flashed a gun and said,
well, first of all, how you gonna find a jury pool? Given his history with guns, who you think the jury gonna believe, Skip?
About, let's call it 2 months later, there's an incident at a high school volleyball game involving Ja's sister. His mom is there. She calls Ja once again to ride to the rescue with his guys, and they all blow in the door. And somebody up in the stands had offended Ja's sister and offended the mother. And one of the members of Ja's group goes up the stairs past the security guard and gets the student's phone and, you know, damages the phone.
Again, Skip.
And here we go.
Mom.
They call the police.
Mom.
It's mom and mom.
Be smart.
All right.
Don't put your son in that situation. Bro, you out there hyping him up. Bro, come on now. I need you to be a dad in this situation.
Then we got the Pacers incident in which Devontae Pack is thrown out of the arena and banned from Grizzlies games for the rest of the year. I hope for Ja's sake he's banned going forward, like a lifetime ban. I don't know about that.
But Skip, okay, he can't come to the arena. No. You ain't banned Ja from hanging out with him.
No, you didn't.
Birds of a feather flock together.
And
you don't see things with the pigeons hanging.
Pacers are leaving on the loading dock to get in their bus, and they got red dots on their foreheads from what we reportedly or we're surmising guns inside the car in which Ja's sitting.
And you want to hang around with that, Skip? Because if they travel like that, they got enemies. Now, when the enemies come, they don't care who in that car. They'll go, man, that's Ja. We can't get him. Now that's Ja in there. They wear Ja, they wet up everything. They don't care nothing about that.
Nope.
And you put yourself in that situation.
And finally, you go live on your IG Live after losing a game in Denver in which you led by 8 at halftime. This is the 2 seed against the 1 seed, and you are celebrating at Shotgun Willie's in Denver after the game by flashing your iron. Okay. It's just one thing after another. Shannon, we got duped. We got bamboozled into thinking he actually went to some kind of rehab clinic. I don't believe he went because no rehab clinic would let you come for 7 days.
No.
They require 3 weeks minimum. 6 weeks was the optimal.
Right.
Tiger went for 42 days to the facility in Mississippi once upon a time, as you recall. It's so many incidents piled on top of each other that if I'm the commissioner, I do Ja a favor. I tough love him and I say you're gone for the year. But I'm not sure you can get that past today's NBA Players Association. I'm just not sure you can get that. So more realistic is what you have suggested. I know what in my heart of hearts, to save Ja from himself, I would say, I'm going to make you miss basketball for a whole year because he's going to miss it.
So how much you think he missed? Okay, he missed, let's just say he missed a week's pay with 8 games.
Yep.
By not making one of the 3 All-NBA teams, he lost $39 million.
$39 million.
Okay. These endorsements probably are going to go away. Somewhere, probably, I'm going to say somewhere $15 to $30 million.
Got it.
So how much money are you going to have to lose? Are you going to have to lose it all? Because clearly a week's pay wasn't enough. Clearly $39 million wasn't enough.
Nope.
Clearly 15 to 30 million a year for say 5, 10 years wasn't enough. Must you lose every single thing before you get it through your head? Say, you know what, man, it ain't even worth it.
I hear you.
Skip to flash a gun on IG Live. You willing to lose $250 million.
Yep, you are. You are. That's what you are going to lose.
I wish I could just go to the toughest neighborhood and say, man, this is what I'm gonna do for you. If you put that gun down,
it'd just be laughable. Yeah, to what they'd say.
I'm gonna give you $100 million. I'm gonna give you $50 million. I'm gonna give you $60 million. I'm gonna give you $70 million. They're gonna look at me like, you for real? Put the gun down right now. Come go with me. They gone. Ja got $250 million.
He does.
He put the money down. I'm going over here.
Yeah.
He said, Skip, he's selling his money. He's selling hundreds for 20s. Now about to be out. I just wish I could just sit down and talk to him. Because, I mean, people think, you know, I love the kid. But I know what he can become.
I agree.
And I know what he's about to become.